I recently got a great deal on some fiberglass loose fill blown insulation. The only downside is it didn't come with a blow-in machine, and in order to rent a blow-in machine it would have cost me $60 for 24 hours. So instead I decided to just spread it by hand. I read a couple articles and I saw a few YouTube videos that showed how this can be done on a small scale, but I hadn't really seen anything where someone does an entire attic. So this is the method that I used in order to spread this loose fill cubes of insulation by hand, and it worked great. So at first I'm cutting the edges so that the plastic bag will open as the insulation expands, and then I'm just pushing down on the middle of that insulation to make sure that it stays over the bag. And you'll see why this is useful here in a second. Then I'm taking my rake and I'm just lightly raking back and forth on the insulation, not bearing down too hard, just kind of going with whatever's on the top of the cube at that time, and just working down and really trying to aerate the insulation as it comes off and making sure that I don't have any clumps. I'm really just trying to simulate what would be happening in a machine as the the bag of insulation goes through the paddles, and then as it's traveling through that air hose, it's really getting aerated, and that's where the R value is coming from. And that's what I'm trying to simulate. So here you can see I'm going at an angle with the rake, and what I'm doing is trying to make sure that I'm getting all the insulation. And so I'm going down until I'm hitting that plastic bag. You can kind of see that I'm hitting the plastic bag there on the left. And so the plastic bag lets me know that once I've hit that, hey, I've got all the insulation out of that part of the cube, and it also protects the rolled in batt insulation that's already in the rafters. So here I am just kind of leveling, fluffing, and I'm looking for any clumps of insulation that perhaps I didn't, that missed or broke off, but everything's looking great here. And then you can just pull away that bag and you've got a great little work area to throw down another cube of insulation. Now, doing each bag of insulation this way took me between 5 to 8 minutes, and I was able to do my entire attic, and it turned out really great. I've blown a couple attics, and I was a little weary about how well this would turn out, but I was very impressed with this method. So you can definitely do this, and I hope this helps.